When they could not find a way to do this, our key verse again, because of the crowd, they went up on the roof, lowered him on his mat, through the tiles, into the middle of the crowd, right in front of Jesus. Now, remind you that this roof was not like our roofs. It looks more like the roofs in the Philippines. It's a picture of a roof in the Philippines. And they didn't look quite like this, but the point is, it wouldn't have been as much destruction as it would be one of our roofs to tear through one of their roofs. When Jesus saw their faith, presumably all of their faith, this passage doesn't say, by the way, but one of the parallel passages points out there were 4 men, so 5 altogether, counting the paralytic men. So when they saw all of their, I take it to mean all of their, the friend's faith and the man's faith, when Jesus saw all of their faith, he said, "Friend, your sins are forgiven." The Pharisees and the teachers of the law began thinking to themselves, who is this guy? Who is this fellow who speaks blasphemy? Who can forgive sins but God alone? And by the way, were they right about that? Were they right that only God, I cannot forgive your sins against God, only God can forgive sins? Well, they were right about that. What were they wrong about? They were wrong about concluding that Jesus was not God of very God, not sort of God, not kind of God, not almost God, but God of very God. Jesus knew what they were thinking, and he asked, "Why are you thinking these things in your heart?" Which is easier to say, "Your sins are forgiven," or to say, "Get up and walk"? But I want you to know that the Son of Man, me, has authority on earth to forgive sins. So he said to the paralyzed man, "I tell you, get up, take your mat, and go home." Immediately, he stood in front of them, took what he had been lying on, and went home praising God.